Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Ramadan series by Sapience Institute. Now Ramadan, of course, is the month of the Quran. It's the month in which we're all reciting Quran, maybe more than other times of the year. The focus verse, inshallah, for today is from Surah 52, ayah number 35, Surah At-Tur. And this was revealed in Makkah. The verses revealed and the surahs revealed in Makkah have a particular tone of voice to them. And remember, of course, that there is a purpose behind the Makkan surahs, preparing the Prophet's companions and preparing them, of course, for what lies ahead of them in life and when they get to Medina and as life would in fact just play out for them. So what's happening therefore in this ayah, in this surah, is something remarkable. And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enlists 4 possible explanations for creation. 4 possible scenarios that Allah wants us to think about deeply about how we came to be, in fact, in life, how everything you see around you came to be. And He says subhanahu wa ta'ala in ayah number 35, أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ. That were they created, meaning was everything you see around you made from nothing? Is it nothingness that creates you? Is it nothingness that was the cause of everything emerging in life, in the universe? Was it nothingness that creates that somethingness that we see around all of us? It's hard to imagine what nothingness actually is, because we always imagine somethingness around us. But Allah is saying, أَمْ خُلِقُوا, were they created min غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ, from nothing. So if you think about that for a moment, the first reason Allah provides, the first one Allah gives us is nothingness. Does nothingness create you? Did nothingness produce heavens and the earth? Did nothingness produce that? So if you think about that, nothingness can't create something, because 0 plus 0 always equals 0. Nothing can't produce something. Nothing can't produce anything. It's always going to be nothing. And Allah says, أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ. The second step, Allah says, or were they the creators? Were they the creators? Meaning, were we self-created? Did we create ourselves and then create everything else? And think about that for a moment, about self-creating. What self-creates? Everything is a reason for, has a cause behind it. And Allah says that you can't self-create, because it would mean, in fact, it's a logical impossibility, because it would mean that you exist and you fail to exist exactly at the same time. You don't exist, and then you exist, and then you create yourself and everything else around you. It wouldn't happen like that. Nothing, in fact, can self-create. Everything needs a cause for it to be in the first place. أَمْ خَلَقُوا السَّمَوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ بَلْ لَا يُقِنُونَ. Or did they create the heavens and the earth? Could it be that something already created everything else? That wouldn't make sense either. Because that's like saying, I have a cause for my creation. I might say my parents, for example, and then they have their parents that cause them to be, and then they have their parents that cause them to be. But at some point, we have to think, well, there's going to be an origin for all of this, a beginning point for all of this. What was the first cause for all of this? And Allah says, بَلْ لَا يُقِنُونَ, but they're not certain about these things. Meaning Allah is saying, Allah made everybody. Allah caused everything to be. Allah is the divine cause of all causes, and that's the one that we're focusing our attention on. And in a world we have so much talk amongst atheists and nihilists and everything else, think about these verses in yourself, internalize them, and teach them to your children, to your families, and use them, in fact, in giving da'wah to the world around you. أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ. Allah says again, were they created from nothing? Nothingness produced everything around you? أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ. Or were they themselves the creators? Or did they create heavens and the earth? But Allah says they're not sure about these things. And Allah is saying, focus your attention on the divine source, on the cause of all causes, and that is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.